Hi, my name is Amy Wolf. I'm the programming coordinator for the Osterville Village Library. Thank you so much for joining us today. And to our friends on Zoom, thank you so much for having us. I'm very excited to have Art Cornell with us today to talk about Eclipse Discussions. This is the first of a 3-lecture series. We are excited to have him. So without further ado, Art Cornell.
Thank you very much. Wow, this is an exciting time. I'm the local librarian, amateur astronomer here, and I'll be talking about eclipses today. Solar eclipses, not lunar eclipses. And solar eclipses are when the moon gets in between the sun and the earth, and when it is exactly in between, so that the shadow from the sun shines on the earth, that's the eclipse. So sometimes people don't quite understand that, but anyway, I wanted to explain that. I've been interested in astronomy most of my life. In junior high school, I read about the moon going around the earth, and I read about how the, oh, we have a couple more. I read about how the moon rotates, so that as it goes around, the one face is always looking at us. And I was, even then, I was absolutely amazed that happened, that the moon did that. And then in college, I took an astronomy class, one astronomy class I'd had. And I still have the astronomy book. It was published originally in 1935, about 90 years ago. Okay, and what I wanted to show you is coming total eclipses. Here. There is the one that came across, and it says in April the 21st, 2017. Do you remember when that came by? Okay. All right, and then here's one, April the 8th, 2024. Coming across. This was in the book 90 years ago. They knew that that moon was going to come around and get exactly in this place 90 years ago. We don't even know what will happen with the Supreme Court next week, let alone 90 years from now. So, well, I've gotten more interested in eclipses, and in 2017, I'll sit down at for a minute. I hopefully you can hear me all right. In 2017, in August, the eclipse went through the country, but here it was just a partial. So I got out my binoculars and I put them on a tripod and I displayed that onto a paper, and you could see the partial eclipse there. And I don't know if anyone was here to see that. Okay, it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. It turns out, you know, that this coming eclipse in April, about a month from now, it's going to go through Cleveland, and my family is going to Cleveland. Well, what I wanted to, right after well, not after, before the eclipse in 2017, I wrote a letter to my grandchildren. And here is the letter that I wrote on August the 21st, 2017. Dear grandchildren, this letter celebrates the solar eclipse on August 21st, 2017. You will notice the stamp on the, I have a copy of the eclipse stamp that was issued at that time. You'll notice the stamp shows the total solar eclipse, and the postmark on the letter that you get is on the same day. Save the envelope and this letter in your archives. I would like to invite you for a celebration of the total solar eclipse on April 8th, 2024. It will come across the United States from south to north, passing through Niagara Falls, upper New York, New Hampshire, Maine. I would like all my grandchildren to organize a gathering somewhere along this strip so we can all celebrate together. You will be allowed to bring your parents and spouses, if any, and children, if any. I will be 94 years old at that time. And according to longevity tables, I will have a 50-50 chance. Here. If not, I want you to celebrate anyway. Get busy. It is only 6.5 years away. Hurry and don't procrastinate. Well, it turns out that 28 of us are going to Cleveland for this eclipse. And we're pretty excited. I'm going to give all of the children and grandchildren have not heard this story that I'm getting ready to give you, so they haven't heard it yet. So, okay, so let's see, what is next? Oh, yeah. So this eclipse now is approaching but about 2 years ago, my granddaughter Lillian, I think I was talking to her on the phone, and she said, why is it that the eclipse in 2017 went like this, and the one in 2024 is going like this? Why the difference? I said to her, I have no idea, but I'll find out. So several months ago, as this date is approaching, I decided I better find out. I better think about it. And I thought and thought about it. And let me tell you now what I have found out. Here I have,
Do you want me to hold it?
everyone, a map of the solar system. Of course, the sun is right here in the middle. And all of the planets go around the sun like that. And in here is Mercury, and then there's Venus, and Earth, Oz, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. And of course, Earth, we're going around like this. And in June, I'd say it's over here. March, it's September. This is June, September, December, March. And right there is about April 8th. Okay, now put that down. Now, about the Earth there, by the way, we're 93 million miles from the sun there. And if I were to draw it, how big, in perspective, the same size, the Earth would be a speck. But let's say, think about it, and it's this size, okay, but shrink it down to where down there. And when they in the summertime, in June, the sun is coming like this, and here in the northern hemisphere, why it's warmer. And of course, if it comes around there, then the sun is coming this way, and it's winter time in the northern hemisphere, summertime in the southern. Okay, well, what happens when it gets over here? Okay. Where is my, oh, there it is. There, say, the sun is coming in at this angle. So when when the sun comes in at this angle, then, oh, I wanna do take one other. Got this thing. That's what, it's at the first of all, the moon is out here going around. And by the way, this is about the same size at this, to scale, this is about the size compared to the, Earth. Yeah, but the distance out, it would have to be about 10 yards, you know, about 10 yards on a football field. That's about how far out it is that goes around. Okay. And the sun is 2 miles away. And that's the same. Fantastic thing. Now, what I wanted to say is that it's like this, but it is actually tipped up with 5 degrees like this. Okay? Tipped about 5 degrees. So here is the sun coming in at this angle. Right here. And actually, it is tipped like this. It is tipped up like that. Okay, so then it's tipped up like that. And and about like that. This is the way that the sun is coming in, and there it is, it's going just like that. Oh, amazing. This happens because it is in April. It happens in April because the sun is coming in at this angle. Now, why? Well, I'll talk about the other one, the other eclipses, later on. But I wanted to say something more about this one. Let's say that is Dallas, right there. Okay, the eclipse is coming out like this, and right there is Cleveland. I've looked on the internet and I found out that the eclipse will occur at 2:42 in the afternoon. The peak of of the eclipse will occur at that time. Up here, it's going to be at 3:15. 33 minutes later. Well, why does it travel like that? This is what went through my mind when I wanted to try to figure out what is going on. Why does it move? Why does it go like that 33 minutes from one to the other? And why? Well, after a great deal of thinking about it, this was my job, by the way, in my previous life, I worked on moving things. And, but I had never done this job, but I worked on moving things, so here was, why, this 33 minutes? Well, it turns out, let me draw another line here, like that. This is the path on the earth that the eclipse makes, okay? This is the path that it makes in space. Okay, now, as it moves up here, the earth is rotating. You know, it rotates every day, all the way around. So it rotates in a few minutes. Why it is, we're moving right now, we're rotating. And so as it gets up to here, the earth is actually moved over to here. And when up in this point, the earth is moved to here. And there, the earth is moved there and there. This is where Cleveland is at 3:15. This is where it is at 2:42. This is where at 3:15. So where is Dallas? Dallas is down in here. So while the moon is coming along this way, the earth is rotating and moving this way. So that the path here, this is why. Now, why does this move? Well, the moon goes around the earth. And, C equals 2 pi r. You know about that. Oh, yeah. R is the distance between the center of the earth and the center of the moon. It's about 220,000 miles. And if you multiply by 2 pi, you get very close to 1,000,000 miles. Well, it goes 1,000,000 miles and the moon goes around in 27 days. So that's 1,000,000 miles per day, per 27 days. Certain number of miles per day, per hour. And 33 minutes. Not hour, but 33 minutes. And it goes. I calculated this all out and I come out with 1,260 miles. So this one, the distance between these two is 1,024. This one is 1,260. So it is longer. How about this one? Well, in 33 minutes, the earth is rotated. It has moved 427 miles. So this triangle pretty well works out. So the moon moving around the earth and the earth rotating, the two of them together gives the eclipse, the path of the eclipse. And this, I figured out all of the mathematics here over a little period of time, driving me crazy for a while. But there it is. So are there any questions on this? This is, yes.
Are they in the same time zone, Dallas and Cleveland?
Oh, no, they're different, but in their time zone, it would have been 1:42. But I put it on the same time zone. I put them on the Eastern time zone, both of them. So it's really, it is really 33 minutes, not an hour, but yes. Okay,
So at 3:15 in Cleveland, what does it start, about 3 or 4, when do you start to see it, 3 or 4 minutes before 3:15? You start to get a partial until you get the full eclipse?
oh, the partial?
Yeah, until you get to the full, is it just?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, an hour, might be an hour or more, ahead of time. You know, when it first starts, I haven't looked at that.
But the time of total darkness, I think is like.
It's
like 10
only
minutes.
about 4 minutes,
Four-
yeah. Total darkness will be 4 minutes, 4 or 5. The moon is, further away now, than it usually is. I mean, at the eclipse, and, so it's going, depending on how far away it is how wide the eclipse will be. How long it will be. All right, so. That's the one thing, then. Lillian's question to me, why is the one in 17 so different in to the one in 24 now? Well, let me get this off of here. Stop. The one in 17 was in August. So the earth was not here, but it was, here's September. August, it would be right about there. Can you see that? Yep. It would be there's September, so August is right about in there. So the sun then, you see the angle that the sun comes in? Okay, it is now. We put it the same way, but the sun now is coming in at about this angle, right here. And if we turn Earth around like that, so the United States is right there, and we put this up. You can't see it from there, I don't think, but there it is going across the country just like there. So, and that explains it. It happened at a different time of year. And therefore, that's what happened. Now, this one, right here, I don't know, there wasn't much publicity on the one last year in October the 14th that went from Oregon down through Texas. It was an annular eclipse, not a total, which means that the moon was closer to the earth at that time, so that the sun, there was an edge of the sun all the way around the moon. So it wasn't a total eclipse, but the moon is right in the middle of the sun, but the edge of the moon, you can see a little bit of it. So that's annular, and that's what this one was. Well, why is this one going like that? Wow. Hey, let's here's September, October, we're over there. So so it's coming in at this angle. The sun is coming in at this angle, okay? So if we set it like that, it's coming in at about that angle. And if we rotate this around like that, and by the way, remember that this was like this. Like this. It's tipped like this. So if you look at it, you can't see it from there, but you can come back up later on and you look, and there it is going right through there. Just as it is. It's going, so it's depends upon the time of the year, and also whether the moon is whether the moon is going down or whether it's coming up, ascending or descending. And these two, this one and this one, the moon is ascending, coming up. This one, it is descending. It's just because of the different time of the year. So. That completes what I wanted
When's the
to
next,
say about, eclipses, and we're all excited. You can see the family has made up a t-shirt for us. And, there's 28, and you can see the names of the 28 people are on the back there. And we're all excited about going to Cleveland.
when's the next total eclipse? The next one? After this?
The next one, as far as I know, is this one right here in 2045. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna miss it.
Get a refundable ticket.
Yeah, there might not be very many of us that will
I agree.
Well,
see it.
do you have to take
Yes.
special precautions in looking at it? Do you have to wear glasses?
Yeah, when it's partial, particularly, when it's very close,
Okay.
then it is not bright enough to, you think it's, you can look at it, but it's bright enough to bother the eyes. So, but if it's a partial around here, you can't look up at the sun. I mean, you're not gonna look up at the sun, because it's too bright, you know. But if you were near, and near the eclipse area, and it was very near the full, it would be very dangerous to look at it without a lens, without glasses, special glasses. So, yes,
You just show where it is in the continental US. You're showing just where the eclipse path is in the continental US? Like how, does it go around the world or is it?
no,
just half
no,
a hemisphere?
no, the moon is coming around like this, and it's coming around like this, and the shadow comes on there, and by the time it gets over there, why, it just moves along and out.
So the span is,
Is over this way, through there, up into Canada, and then it ends.
okay.
Yes,
So if you took a flight, could you chase the eclipse from, down the state? And
Well-
be pretty much always.
what, it's moving at, 1,000 miles in a half an hour. So it's about 500 miles an hour, so you could move right along with it.
Are they booking any flights for people to see the eclipse? I imagine so.
Oh.
They have done it.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen an article about it, but I wouldn't mind. It's a little expensive on
Has everyone,
my retirement.
Why did you choose Cleveland as a place to, is your
yeah,
gathering
they
place?
should.
Why did you choose Cleveland as your gathering place?
Oh, well,
You just want to pass that around.
I guess several reasons. One is that to travel further for us. I'm 94 and my wife is 92.
No, don't say that. I paid you for 10 years.
We didn't want to travel too far.
Most of us wanted Austin, Texas, but they didn't.
And I would
We have
have
friends
loved
going
to have
to Texas.
gone
Oh, do
to
you?
Mexico, because right on the coast of Mexico, it is probably going to be clear. And,
Dangerous.
and that would be good. If I were 10 years younger, I would have voted for Mexico. But I don't like to.
But the kids and grandkids are coming from California and Colorado.
Yeah, six different states they're coming from.
That's so
Good
great.
for you.
That's cool. Yeah,
That's good.
Are the grandparents funding any of it, or?
Don't talk. They would rather go to Cleveland than have, an inheritance.
Okay, they didn't really have a choice, I don't think.
And they're all going to be there, all four of our kids.
Oh,
yeah, all 10 grands and all 4 children.
Awesome. Good for you.
Boyfriend.
Have you ordered your glasses yet?
Oh,
And if you did,
we have
where,
from 17.
where are they coming from, on Amazon or?
Well, you can get them from Amazon.
Well, that's where.
That's probably the best place, cause I think if you try and get them at other places, they might not be good enough.
That doesn't sound very good.
So,
How do you test them? I mean, to make sure they are good.
well, yeah, I think if you got them on Amazon, I think you'd be
Or you sued Jeff Bezos?
safe that they are good. But I'm not gonna be looking up there anyway, so. I don't think so. Maybe I will. I haven't thought about it.
Where are you gonna watch it from? You gonna go to a park or some open space? or
We
you gonna
haven't
do it-
decided yet.
So we're booked near a national park. It's Cuyahoga National
Oh, yeah,
Park,
yeah.
and I booked that. You know it?
I know it, yeah.
Okay, because we've never been there, but our hotel's like 10 miles from there, thinking that might be a nice place, but we kind of need to scope it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, make sure there's no trees around, I guess.
But you can-
Buildings or.
You can see it any place.
Well, the national park website is saying, stay home, we don't want everybody here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It might be from the parking lot of our Holiday Inn Express.
I'm assuming this is gonna be more than just, an hour or whatever. You guys getting together for like a week,
Yeah,
a few
3
days?
days, 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
That's kind of short.
But, I'm going to give the same talk in Cleveland. And none of them, except for the 3 here, know this, because I didn't know about this stuff a couple of months ago. So they don't know anything about it, so they're going to find out, particularly Luann is gonna find out why they're different. So,
By the way, everybody, there's cookies if you'd like to take one.
I wanted to ask one more thing, because we
Yes.
make an assumption that we know things that sometimes we don't know. The angle of the earth, right?
angle,
The
That's it.
the tip of the axis of the earth. The earth isn't
Oh,
straight up and down.
oh,
it's
yeah,
tipped.
it's tipped.
And it's always tipped the same, like going around the.
But,
sun. I don't really get that. Is that an okay question?
From one year over the next 10 years. Say, it is always, as it goes around, it is just like this. Okay, as it goes around the sun, it's always tipped this way. So that when in June, it's coming in at summertime. Okay, and in December, it's coming that way. Now,
So why do they have a globe that spins then, if it doesn't really spin?
or that's big,
Well, I know, but why, if it doesn't
Well,
doesn't
you-
tilt, it
you-
spins,
you-
it
you-
doesn't tilt differently.
Let me, you know, if you have a general, if you have a top, you get the top going and the top of it, it spins around like this. As it's spinning, have you ever seen a top do that?
But it's upright.
The earth doesn't. It takes 26,000 years for it for it to go around like that. And back again. So in December, 12,000 years from now, it'll be summertime. I don't think any of us will be sure to complain about it, but it changes. But it takes 26,000 years for it to change, to go all the way around, so it's very slow. It's essentially kept the same year after year for us.
Hey, wait, can I just ask something? So if you say like, this is always away from the sun, do you say that, like this fan is going away from
this
the
is-
sun? And
If the sun,
goes, no, the sun's here.
the sun is there, and, yeah. No, and the sun is there, so this is December, so the sun is coming in on the lower thing. 6 months later, now, the earth is over here, and the sun is then coming in this way in the northern.
Oh, so it's always facing,
It's always,
this is
Always,
always facing the
always,
same way,
yes.
not that it's this, okay.
yeah.
See, I'm like, spatial thing.
Yes.
I didn't realize that the moon, the orbit of the moon, changes. I guess I assumed it was always on the equator, like it went around the equator
Oh,
and
no.
it didn't
It's
shift.
tipped about 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
not
new.
only that, but that shifts a year,
Yeah.
every year.
Huh.
And there's a cycle of 17 years it takes for it to make a cycle. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that, because of this 17 years, they were able to predict the eclipses. Anything else?
Yeah, one more, oh, there, no, you go.
No, go ahead, please.
I was curious, I mean, we know, I mean, because of global warming right now, CO2 going into the atmosphere, I mean, our grandchildren are gonna be affected, but we had an ice age, right? I don't know, 20,000 years ago, left ponds, beautiful ponds for us all over Cape Cod. Presumably, it has nothing to do with the tilt of the earth or where the earth was that caused the ice age. Do you know what the?
I'm not
due
so
to?
sure. Do you see 12,000 years ago?
Right, exactly.
Now, in the, the seasons were different. But, nowadays, talk about nowadays, in December, the earth, you know, it moves in an ellipse. I get ellipse and eclipse mixed up. But an ellipse is not a circle, but a squash circle.
Right.
Okay, so the earth goes in an ellipse. And in December, right now, it is closer to the sun.
Right.
Okay, in December. Wow. 12, 13,000 years ago. It was, it was, in December, it was, further away. So it could be that little change could have had something to do with the, ice age. Having, but,
It's all-
it is I believe the scientists that are more astute than me, have their doubts. Yes, someone,
Someone.
No, go ahead.
No, I was, about how the moon rotates on its axis. And you
Yeah.
said it's always facing the earth,
yeah, the one side.
one side. So as the earth turns, I think you told me this before, as the earth rotates, the moon is rotating and it's like they're rotating
Same speed.
together.
No,
I thought I figured out.
Seems that way, right?
Yeah, I thought
no,
you said
no,
that.
it rotates in 27 days.
Right, but as it, oh, I see, no.
And the earth rotates every day. All the way around, every day.
So does the moon, how long does it take for the moon to rotate once on its axis?
27 days.
And it's the same amount of time that it takes to go around the earth
Yes.
too? That was the weird thing.
Yeah.
It is
turns-
weird.
It turns